Delicious. And Zip, he's not messing around here.
Back in with the Dorbaras! Every pistol! Every pistol!
Overpass
is the official Dorbaretta player of Astralis.
All right, get him locked in now. Where's this one going? Liquid, map pick, their T-side start. And they're going into middle late. Device is going to see that cross as well. Bomb spotted, lots of utility on Liquid. Dupree boosted con side. And AAA for Astralis. It's always the risk, right? A map like Overpass, not running heavy B out of spawn. If you get rushed, ooh, you're going to be left worse for wear. But at this point, the meta is so expecting to see 4 on B. We almost never see those pistol rushes. Right now, Liquid are taking long, moving back into short as well. In the connector, boosted is Dupree, so keep your eyes on him, because he could come in clutch here as Liquid cross past.
Yeah, big Dupree. There's a nice little tap onto Stewie. And now will this just come down to the B play? Naf gets ahead of it. First man in, no one else is nearby yet. And Glaive through the smoke. This guy and his smoke shots, man, he's back on them. Back on his same BS. Look at Glaive. He crossed into the site and he's clinical in with the second. Wrapped all the way into water, but now alone is a Liege. And Fallen's left up in the clutch. A 1v4 required, turned into the 1v3. And Dupree ain't letting it happen. Astralis get that pistol round locked in. And they get a good start here on Team Liquid's map pick.
I love the way that the teams and players are still figuring out ways to hold on to this B bomb site with utility, right? Like just letting them out monster, dropping that smoke. Think back to like a team like Na'Vi. They're one of the teams that made the left side pillar smoke that Electronic throws from the pit. So normal, so commonplace in front of the barrels. Glaive drops another one here, as you can see. And look at the way he's able to isolate fight as a result, right? He gets wrapped into water, into the pit rather, and he just backs up into the smoke with short covered. So yeah, lots of room to play there, picking his fights as he wants. And now he's armed and deadly. M4 in this round. Otherwise, SMGs with a solo FAMAS Fallen falls off the angle as Glaive takes it back. And it's a force buy for Liquid. Very common to see. Even without a bomb plant, most teams want to try and crack that money early. So crawling through connector, we saw a lot of this from Liquid the other day. Dupree, does he know? Because he's got his eyes on top mid right now. Turning back and at least trying to deal with his flank. Support from Glaive as well. So connector is not a worry for Astralis. Device still has the info on the A site as well. And even pushing through, Astralis not waiting around. They punish play Liquid, catching them, setting up. And now Stewie alone should just be a quick 2-0 for Astralis. And I don't mean the series, I just mean this map.
Just Stewie left alive with the Deagle. And even though that's a nice flick to find some damage, oh, even more. Oh, he will get the kill. All right. There's the wrap in through Con, though. And Magisk has got this round laid to rest. The one kill comes in. That's really the extent of it. Astralis, they get that 2-0 lead. And Eco now to follow for Team Liquid. I am very excited for this matchup, right? Yeah. I'm really, really curious to see if, if Fallen in the mix now for Liquid, taking over this IGL responsibility, having the fact that, with that, we've been getting more mileage out of guys like Stewie 2K. Is that going to be enough for Liquid to rise up and beat someone that they've had a feud with now for a long old while, man? Yeah. This Astralis Liquid rivalry really does go back.
It's worth noting that Astralis have won the last 9 series played against Liquid. That goes all the way back until mid-2019. So some time ago. Feels like a forgotten time now. And yeah, in all of those series, 8 of them were BO3s or BO5s. One was a BO1. So feels pretty good for Astralis. Good track record, right? But if there was any time for Liquid to, come in swinging, it would be off of this change, right? The recent boot camp here in Europe. Astralis in shaky form at the start of the year. But I feel like, whenever Liquid are up against Astralis are like, oh, come on, boys. For old time's sake.
For old time's sake, let's bang them out.
Will it be that easy, though? This round, yes. Eco for Liquid, but coming up after this one, it's going to be the big old buy. And a lot to do with it. Device in the toilet. Oh, but now he knows Fallen's here as well. Swaps out to the Deagle. And Device just not giving them an inch, right? Hanging around and taking every engagement will finally fall. Gives over an M4, but low HP on Liquid. It's going to be hard-pressed to get into this site.
They're boosting this M4 of a Liege up, and he almost catches a player jumping, but Not given that chance. This M4 with no armor behind it, at the full mercy of aim punch. Will land that dink onto Zip, but up close here, tucked in at the Shrock is Dupree, and I'm relying on him to get this round locked in, and there it is. With the swing, he takes down all three in a matter of moments.
Nice and clean for Astralis, right? They get the guns back. And now Liquid coming in with their first rifle round. We've got Fallen on the Orb as well. Nice and early. Device will join him with that. So hopefully some head-to-head here. Astralis, they've had to fight up against the AWP of Fallen before, but donning a Liquid jersey could be a bit of a change. Device back to middle with a fast peek, but he'll see nothing but a player crossing. Fallen's outside of B holding Monster. And Liquid, how will this default go? The door blown off, as it often is, by CTs. Magisk is going to spam through it, and it's smoked off by Liquid to give them a semblance of control. Astralis respond with another smoke, and even though they do, Dupree leaves, and so now Liquid are going to be a little wary of the connector in this round. They have no need to be. Astralis, in fact, completely swap sides of the map, go on that double long setup. Zip back on the railings on B. And Liquid taking their sweet time, right? As said, they need to clear connector, or they need to at least keep their eyes on it. Device waiting for the first contact, and it's a hard angle to flash. He's barely holding more than a few pixels, so Liquid, will they clear long first? No, they walk into Device. There's the kill, and now, as Liquid try and trap him in, they don't know about Dupree alongside.
Yeah, Dupree and Device, man, a terrifying duo to run into. This flash goes in, and Dupree's got no choice but to try and face them with that flash in his face. Magisk will trade back into a 3-on-3 in this A-bomb site, but still they've lost this double hold in the toilets. Liquid are now progressing up through short side and through long. Magisk is going to lay Naf to rest, and with it drops the bomb. So now calling for this full rotation is Magisk. Rest of the gang coming in for Astralis, and Fallen and Grim. They both don't even get to see anyone, it feels like, man. They're dead in a matter of seconds. Astralis 4-0, and they might have looked pretty shaky yesterday, but this is a good-looking start for the Danes, right? Already I'm seeing a more typical Astralis on the table.
Yeah, I like that peek from Stewie at least, right? Like, gets a double in the toilets. Dupree tries to dodge the flash, but Stewie peeks with it. And so, you know, Dupree, if he just held that down, he might have got the kill before it popped. You never know that. It's the risk you got to take. And Stewie actually goes for a hero AK in this round alongside pistols. But yeah, I do agree. Astralis looking good right now. Magisk, a nice round out of him. I'm excited to see if Magisk can, like, recover in this year. He's had a slow start. I mean, all of Astralis had, but can be an integral piece to the puzzle. Right now, Liquid, puzzled indeed. Down a man, walking through a smoke. Zip sees legs and he takes them down. Stewie does trade that kill, but he can't get out Monster, and he is on his own. So committing here could leave Liquid worse for wear. Instead, resetting and regrouping might be the answer.
Yeah, they do have this AK on Stewie, and it's looking to do good on a B entry, but Magisk just gets rid of him. That AK's now gone. Liquid don't even really look like they're planning for a round win here. The bomb is still dropped at T stairs. Look at it. That's nowhere near you. That's nowhere near you.
It'll be sad if they get this kill.
Yeah, it'll be like the EG round yesterday, man, where like they get the kills and then they go, oh, if only we believed. Why do we think we're so bad? Look at this. The push in. But Dupree gets them both. And so in a way,
everyone's a winner.
Yeah, everyone's a winner there.
Get it done, get it over with, get into the gun rounds, say Liquid, and they will, all in due time.
See, I can't help but feel like, you know, even though Liquid are obviously very, very familiar with, like, the rivalry they developed with Astralis, no one is, like, more tuned into the stories around it than someone like Moses, man, who's going to be coaching this team, right? He will have been the voice that accompanied some of these past matchups, and now he's the guy trying to help Team Liquid come up with solutions to the Astralis problem.
Yeah, good luck. Oh, look at this push in mid. Dupree is not waiting around. Oh, he can wallbang them. They're boosting. They have no idea how deep he's gotten. Caught mid-air is Fallen, and Dupree is still stalling. Flashed out, goes back in, but actually the second flash is what gets him from Grim. It's dupreeh dead and Device still here in middle. Going to try and smoke the top of the connector and cover his teammate. Drops off, almost a collapse, but one will do for Device. Trading onto a Liege and backing out to the toilet. He's got so many angles to fall back into. Oh, only legged on Stewie. You take that if you're Liquid, but this is not pretty right now. And he gets out.
Device even leaving, man. Oh, he's going back in. Device is double dipping, not the triple dip. No one ever attempts it. Oh, he's back in again. And has to run for the hills this time around. Doesn't want to throw the AWP away, so he gets out of there. Oh, no, never mind. He's actually going back in. It's just another route into the fight, into the combat. Device...
feeling it.
He's frag horny right now. Look at him go. In through the toilets. Grim and Stewie, they have dodged him for the time being. But with Glaive pushed up outside of Monster, if this comes down to a B play, Liquid is screwed, man. Real rough spot to be in. They're going to go back up through the connector. Doing so leaves them back in the eyes of Device. Look at how close he is to his screen. That's how serious he's taking it. He hears the footsteps. Oh, no. Grim shot in the back, and Stewie followed up onto as well. Device going to take 4 down and put Astralis up onto 6.
Wow. Yeah, he's having a great day as he woke up on the right side of bed.
He's a Great Dane.
Great Dane indeed, yeah. Dogging on Liquid right now. Woof, woof. And a really good start for Astralis. Yeah, like you said, just triple dipping, man. Going back in. This
triple dip, man.
This guy's not stopping. He's just peeking everything he can, and dupreeh looks good as well.
dupreeh always looks good.
Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying, but I thought I'd say it anyway. Liquid, however, a slow start on the T side of their map pick. Not what they had prepared.
I'm just going to say it. And Astralis, you can have this. You can have this free.
Ooh.
You should make bobbleheads of the Astralis squad. Wouldn't you? Cool. I would own or like those Funko Pops or whatever they're called.
No, the bobbleheads are better, I think.
I would own a dupreeh and Device bobblehead.
Bobblehead.
Yeah.
Key clarification, but yeah.
And I'd make them kiss.
Ooh.
So that's just for me. Look, Astralis 6-0 up right now. And Liquid down to pistols and armor again. This is a real beating. Grim, though, getting across. They don't know. Zip's going to check it regardless, but he didn't believe in the check. He looked and then was like, nah, I already know that's clear. But it wasn't. Grim's got the opener. Glaive decides, well, the best thing for me to do now is to get the hell out of danger. Don't dig this hole deeper. So he gets back into the toilets, ready to defend this A bomb site with his life.
Yeah, they could walk the smoke. Stewie with a pistol on the other side. Could be a good move. Elise moving up on short as well. Glaive, he even hits a bit of damage through the wall. Nothing significant as Liquid get closer. Astralis are full stacked. 4 players on the A site. What a setup. Like, believing in this. No bomb for Liquid either. They're so far away from it. Glaive gets tagged, re-aggressing on long. They have to eventually go back for the bomb. This is not a round that you're not expecting to make interesting, and they're getting fed kills. A second frag in the favor of Liquid. Device does trade, and you know Glaive is here as well. So Liquid have got a good bit of information that, hey, this site might be stacked, but what if we just kill them all? Fallen with the scout, taking down Device. And Liquid could go B. Look at Naf's position. He's outside of the water. But all these kills coming in from Fallen are just tempting you in. You haven't seen dupreeh. He could be anywhere, and he is in the right place at the right time. But that bomb, still unsure, uncommitted. Fallen going to get that info for his team. Even hits the shot with his scout, and that will send them right down B. dupreeh might have to save the AWP Device. He's on 8 health. Where'd it go?
There we go. dupreeh's going to get out of there with the AWP. But Liquid get their first round, and Fallen doing so much damage, right? Might have only got 2 kills in it, but he was constantly leaving you on low HP if you're Astralis, just harassing you with that scout. I've really enjoyed what we've got out of Fallen. Like, I'll be honest, right? To be kind of candid about it for a moment, I didn't. When they announced Fallen was joining, I was like,
don't think you're the only one.
Because, like, being real, you know, the stats hadn't been there for Fallen for a while. Is like, you know, all the Brazilian teams he'd seen him in had ultimately, like, kind of tried and failed. But if we can get this second coming of Fallen, man, that would be one hell of a story. And the stats have been there for him individually. The cooling has looked great for Liquid. Like, you know, just having Fallen in as well gets you that much more out of Stewie 2K. And so I think that in and of itself is worth it, let alone when you focus on what Fallen's been bringing to the table. It really is a very exciting prospect, the fact that he has been looking so good as an individual.
Yeah, and you know, hypes up the team as well. Like, Liquid certainly look reinvigorated after the departure of Twist, right? No questions about Twist's ability, but maybe the vibes in the Liquid camp weren't up to cut. And now they certainly are. These guys seem pumped and ready to go. finding their first with an eco round as well. Good stuff from Fallen and Grim. 2 apiece. Now Liquid, well, they need to show it's not just a one and done. It's not just a fluke. Got to build on what they've started. Device back to toilets with the AWP. Fallen's holding B again with his. Naf trapping. Zip on the right side. And Dupree actually fighting for Connector this time around. So, oh dear, Liquid, they get flashed out. Grim blinded from B, and Magisk setting Dupree up for an opening kill.
Grim has been flashed by that exact flash like 4 times now in the Connector. He's been getting wrecked by it, but very, very often has he actually been punished, right? Usually he's been flashed off the angle and then just been allowed to reset. That time he gets killed, just annihilated, never even sees them. Device now up close in the divider. And rids them of Stewie 2K. Naf and Elige left up in the 2v4. Elige trying to get some progress in through long, but Device is not giving you anything other than bullets today. That's all we're getting out of him. Naf left up alone, late in the long angle. And Magisk has just spotted him as well, I think, with that little jump peek. Look at Device getting aggressive again. Still pushing the envelope, just seeing what he can get away with. Naf might be saving. Pretty anticlimactic ending to the round, but really all you've got left, he can at least drop guns over, right? You got loss bonus if you're Liquid. That's a little silver lining. But this is quickly getting out of hand, right? You might have won that one little eco, or I guess, you know, partial. Ooh. Might not even save the AWP. This is a very, very scary spot to be in. Oh, Zip, will he find him? Zip, the Bloodhound, sniffing. Oh. Regardless, still Astralis up to 7, right? You get away with the AWP, but you ain't celebrating that all day long.
And Device is full of potassium right now. He is snacking down on bananas as Liquid just get ridded of he gets rid of Liquid rather in the toilets round after round. This guy's just reaggressing in every single angle he can. And it may be Liquid's pick, but it certainly doesn't look like it with what we're seeing out of Astralis. They seem more comfortable than ever on a map that they have had, you know, tragedy on recently as well. Like, really struggling to close out overpass games, even with close scorelines, but this one is not a close scoreline at all. One-sided as they come. Device back to middle. Liquid again on a default. Astralis have continued to lean B in almost every one of these rounds. But as things get quiet, they move players up that top side. They know Liquid are taking mid with numbers. The utility gives that away, and Device, come on, not through the smoke, man. Give us a break. It's going to fade. And Elige doesn't know how close he is to death, but he sees through the smoke and catches Device with no info. Damn, Dupree, your time to shine now. Magisk can flash him in. He's got one primed and ready to go. Dupree back in the toilets. And there's that flashbang. Will he make a move with it? Yes, he will. No one blinded. Stewie spots him. Now Dupree out on an island on his lonesome, getting spammed. He needs something, and he gets it. Elige out of the round, but double peeking back in. Naf does find that trade, and Liquid above water for now.
Oh, Fallen's AWP. Wow. Looked like he had that one dead to rights, but instead he's dinked. Liquid, they might be a man up, but my God, does it feel claustrophobic if you're them right now, right? Like, Glaive's pressuring you in con. You've got 2 fighting you back in the site. You're kind of trapped in the toilets. And Glaive's even pushing the boat out more than that. He's wrapping through con. There's so little time left that Liquid pretty much have to commit to the A play. And so Glaive's able to get away with murder in the back lines. Now the push looking to come in. 15 seconds, by the way. This bomb on Naf is dropped by Magisk. And there's Glaive's flank finding another. Fallen just looking to save, just looking to stay alive, and he could even get denied that privilege. Lives to tell the tale on the first, and now just has a few more seconds between getting out of the round with the AWP.
Yeah, one thing I really like that obviously almost every team does now on Overpass is blow that door off. And the cool thing about it, not only does it let you spam from B short, but also get info from the B site as well on jump spots, etc. You can even see it from heaven. But right there, it shows how good it makes the flank from Glaive. If you come up connector on a flank as your B player, when your team is stacked A and the T's are moving up toilets, they'll hear the door. They'll know you're flanking. they'll keep their eyes on that, and then they'll kill you and go back down to B. But because the door's blown off from the start of the round, Liquid never know when Glaive is actually activated. They did get the spot in, and they had to commit due to time anyway. But just in general, the ability to get up silently on that flank and be way more effective, be way more speedy into the round, rather than just retaking after you've lost A, I actually like that for Astralis. So very favorable, and a bit of a problem that Liquid couldn't solve with such little time in that round. And look, the last 2 rounds coming down to time here for Astralis. Both of them being AWP saves from Naf and Fallen. And so he does have that yet again in this round, but grim consolation to the scoreline. Taking some B control now for Liquid. And oh, look who's here. It's Device.
Ew. Watching Device, man, I don't know. Always makes me nervous. I feel like, you know, even when he's on these pixel angles, he's just going to nail you on the cross. I feel lucky if you're Stewie there to have survived the passage. I'll get spammed by Glaive. As we know, you know, like Glaive, the king of spamming, be it smokes, walls, whatever, you name it, he's spamming it.
Yeah, Astralis, the one thing they're doing really well as well is when we've seen Liquid try and get these B picks and like looking through Monster or looking through Short, Astralis aren't giving them kills. They're playing barrel, but they're playing tucked enough behind the pillar. And look at Zip close Monster. Like no one's peeking, no one's actually giving entries to Liquid. You're saying if you want B, you've got to execute, you've got to commit with your full team. And we have 3 players here. So Liquid never given those opening kills. However, they might steal it back on long. Fallen's found one. Dupree pushed it with no flashbang, punished. Damage done to Fallen and Stewie, but still Liquid up a man. That's got to feel pretty good, but Astralis already starting to stack that bomb site. Here's an execute. Smoke's coming down, 25 on the clock. Time is at least not the problem this time around, but it could be with many players in the site. Glaive doubles up to drop the bomb, and Elige saves their bacon. Bomb again loose for Device. He's got the Deagle out. Fallen out of the round, and Device, they can't even see him. Look at that smoke. It's like a one-way for this man, finding 3 kills. And Liquid just trying to scavenge that bomb off the ground. They can't get close.
And when he does stuff like that, tell me you wouldn't buy a Device bobblehead. Come on, Astralis up to 9. Man.
Dirty.
Device is looking scary today. Like, really is just something else. And this smoke was disgusting, by the way. Like, we were watching that from their POVs as they're trying to get it. You could not see him at all.
Massive gap.
And yet to Device, it's like, you know, he just sees everything. He's like the oracle of that A-bomb site.
Yeah, he's borrowed Glaive's monitor. Smokes, never heard of him. Rounds, never lost him. 9-1. Effective are Astralis. Back in form, perhaps? Don't want to get ahead of myself. You know, it's interesting. This is the group of death, right? So we're still trying to place teams in their current form. We go, oh, Liquid, they beat Fnatic dominantly. That looks amazing. Then we watch Fnatic lose to Endpoint, and we go, ooh, Fnatic, ooh. What's going on, boys? And now we see Astralis beat Liquid. Like, we're building up this mental picture of where each team lies. I do, however, think, despite that loss earlier for Fnatic, I think Endpoint are definitely a force to be reckoned with inside of this group.
Yeah, of course they are.
I think they could find some upsets here. And they're already off to a good start. Liquid, however, not quite the case. Back to middle, Elige tagged by the AWP.
I'm just going to get ahead of it. Endpoint beat Astralis.
I said that yesterday and you laughed at me.
No, yeah, but you're right. Yeah. We had a little think. We had a little chat.
Well, okay, after watching this game, I no longer think that.
Nah, Endpoint beat Astralis.
Well, we'll get there when we get there. Liquid are getting to A, and they're getting there fast.
Yeah, look at this. In they go. The molly's down, running through it. Our team, Liquid, they try to go fast because time's so often been their undoing. But when it's not time giving them the short end of the stick, it's Dupree and Device lighting them up in the site. It all comes up in favor of Astralis. Dupree with 3. And the rest of the gang chiming in for a kill apiece. Astralis up to 10, reaching double digits. Team Liquid, your eyes don't deceive you. They've only got 1 round. And so this is where they're going to look to bring in Momo. They've used all their tactical pauses in 11 rounds.
Really?
That's what it said. Yeah. I don't remember many pauses being
I don't recall any pauses.
But it said 0.
It's gone.
No, okay, yeah, it was just our graphic, maybe. Or maybe I misread it. I'm good. Everything's fine.
Who knows, Harry?
Yeah,
Either
man.
way,
Point is they've used some pauses. Here they are.
This has gone by. No. That is right. Yeah, that is right. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, this has gone by so fast, right? Like Astralis, we know they're schedule fans, right?
Oh.
That EG game went to OT, it went the distance, it went on an hour over schedule. So Astralis, they're putting us back on track, Harry. They're giving us a nice quick map to get back in control of our evening. However, don't make it too quick. I actually do want to cast today.
Yeah, right? Like, you know, there's returning us to schedule, and then there's ruining the day. And Astralis, they're towing that line right now.
Yeah, we're watching you boys. Sui with the scout. Often see it in his hands. The only round Liquid have won was with this exact buy, right? A scout and a bunch of Tech 9s and Deagles, but Device dealing death to a Liege, and he won't be done with one. He's got Stewie as well. Dupree was low, so he can't get out of the connector. He gets killed in it, and Device missing his Deag shots, a rare case. Finally puts Liquid back in control. 3-on-3. Could this be their second?
There's a chance, there's a hope. Magisk getting aggressive at long, just spots Naf, and they lose Grim down at the B side. Now Naf's going back, throwing himself into the firing line. Fallen, trying to get tricky with it, trying to get cool, and in the end, he's put in the grave by Magisk. 11-1. I don't know what to say at this point.
Harry, you're a monster player on Overpass.
Yeah, I
don't mean you're sick.
I am, though. I am a bit of a monster on this one.
You play a monster. Do you feel like Zip right now, 2-5, hasn't played into a round?
I mean, no, this is just how it goes at Monster, right?
Yeah.
Either you're getting 5 players come your way very, very quickly with a lot of everything, or you see nothing and you're just kind of rotating and telling everyone, "Oh, good job, guys, good job." Like that's the game that Zip's getting, and that's fine. You know, like that's fine. Second half, that's when we can see Zip come alive, or when he's finally dealt a B play. When you're in Zip's position, you know, you're not responsible for every round. You're only responsible for maybe like 2 or 3 in the game, but it's like as long as you hold your own when it matters, you're still feeling good. And that's what we need to rely on Zip for.
Yeah, they're just assisting him with smokes. Device throws one from the A site back to Monster. Bye-bye, Fallen. No angle for you. And, like, yeah, that's a good thing as well. Zip's not getting antsy. He's not getting, you know, like, annoyed by the fact that he's not playing into rounds. He's just tucking. He's in the same position every single time. Oh, Device. Decking Naf. Justice reigns from above. 11-1
nice.
and 5-on-4.
Nice.
Nothing getting easier for Liquid. And, yeah, Zip's still waiting. Magisk is trying to steal his monster kills. Have you no humanity, Magisk?
Zip's ready, man. He's about to get his first round, and Magisk is here. Like, nah, buddy.
Mine. All mine.
Look at him. Look at that look of determination on his face. Magisk ain't messing around. Magisk ain't messing around. He means business. And so as he gets delivered this monster play, maybe that's where we see Magisk business brain start turning, looking to convert these bodies into wads of cash. There's the swing. Magisk with 1. Grim's going to trade it. Zip, we've been waiting. He's been waiting for his time to shine, but of course, Glaive going to snatch the kill away first. Zip having to fall back. Dupree's even coming in to steal some of these kills, and just falling out in the open. Missed shot from heaven gives him a second chance at life. But there's Device locking it all in, and somehow the only man who doesn't get a kill is Zip.
Right, here's the question. Answer on the socials now. Who gets more kills in this map, or in this series? Is it Zip, or is it Bubsky? Because that's a big one. That's what I'm wondering.
All right.
Because right now, Zip just not getting any action. I don't know, man. Magisk, he gets the 1-for-1 on Monster. Glaive swings in, Zip hiding in pit.
The thing about Zip, man, is he's very, very smart. Like, his whole mantra is, like, play with the team and play not to die. Whereas some of the other guys in Astralis, like, you know, I play for the big momos. I play for them big moments. Yeah. Moments I don't think anyone's going to forget. Nice. And Zip ain't like that. You know, he plays for the round win. So it's not necessarily the most, like, you know, in a clutch, that's where you see him come alive. That's where you see the real Zip.
Well, here's another chance for Liquid at 12-1. They've found an opening kill. However, they've had a few in this half, and it's not really netted much. Reboost at B. Magisk putting Glaive up, or vice versa. They're figuring it out. And he catches Stewie. Easy peasy for Astralis. Back into the 4-on-4. And back to the A side for Liquid. Things have gotten awfully quiet at B, and Device has confirmed that with a kill onto a Liege. It feels like wherever Liquid go, Device is sat. Scoped up, ready and waiting. Minute on the clock. Time is not the problem. But Astralis certainly are. at least proven to be. Liquid grouped up for this A execute. So many long angles for Device to pick his fights. Flashed out. Nice stuff from Fallen. Grim gets that kill. Now it's onto the truck. Zip is gone. Swinging into that 1v1. And now Liquid with the best opportunity yet at a second round. And it might be so. Astralis saving, giving the respect over. And more so just not only due to the positions, but the money as well. Zip and Device have cash for days. And actually, now that I say that, they could just go for this. Like, there's almost no reason not to, right? You don't have a lot of loss bonus, so this does mean you have full utility in that next round as well as the AWP, but yeah, Astralis playing it by the numbers, safe decision, could have gone for it, could have still bought in the last, but not the end of the world. Giving away 2, is it?
Also, Hugo, you might remember an old saying, right? Those who are born in March are probably just better than everyone else.
Ah, who said that?
Right, it's a famous saying. I think it was...
Socrates.
Yeah, yeah, Socrates, actually. That was who said it. Well, it's Dupree's birthday today.
Ah.
Happy birthday, Dupree.
Shout out the Dub one time.
I love Dupree. And so the fact that it's his birthday and he's out here for a whole other year, damn, that's big.
Yeah,
big news.
It's just trying to get it over and done with, man. Get to the celebrations, get to the cake and confetti, or
I think I saw earlier they already had cake.
Or have some more cake on me, Dupree, with a game like this.
Yeah, man, yeah, you've earned that cake. You've earned it. It's a big cake, and Dupree's hungry. Here he is. Got 18 kills in the game so far.
All right.
And down here towards the short side, Zips finally decided
enough's enough
to give him the horns. He gets aggressive. They mess with the ball, and that's what happens.
Stewie looking for this pick, trying to get them back in. He gets spotted. No re-peeking off the back of that. Well, you could in a normal game. This is not a normal game. Through a smoke, Elige dead. On a luck, Dupree does find him. And a free upgrade as well. Damn, it feels good right now for Astralis. And even backing up to a safe B setup, letting Liquid commit, but playing for that retake, right, with only Glaive still committed. Fallen might get timed here. Dupree, does he commit? He doesn't want to because he still knows about long toilets, and so staying in this position can at least cover all of long. He can check his back on timings. Device on the right angle, and Fallen walking right in. There it is. Jiggle doesn't matter. Device on top of the boxes finds that kill thanks to the toilet smoke. And now back to B for Liquid with this safe setup for Astralis. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, Grim is like a flash magnet. Everywhere he goes, he just gets full whited. Now in with another chance to fight. He's going to swing with Stewie. They're trying to save something. They're trying to make anything happen, but instead they get churned up and turned to dust. Astralis 13-2, and man, are they back.
Hey guys, Naf here from Team Liquid. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of tricks on the overpass CT side. So I guess kind of just like at the start when you're coming in, you kind of just want to maul off short. And that's just like the basic like every other like usual team does, so I'd do that. And then I'll just be here, I'll just wait to see if they extinguish the molly because the T's usually, like, they're doing fast short control, they're going to smoke the molly and then you can just nade in the smoke and just like really nade damage on them. But if nothing really happens, you can just, instead of nading the molly, and you know nothing's gonna happen, you just nade open the door, which is already naded open, and then that just strikes kind of fear into the T's. So your A teammates don't have to worry about blue pretty much. Twist would kind of play like the monster area. So he'd be more of the short player. I'm kind of just more of like a support and like make sure if they're rushing out, I have flashes ready for them or a smoke. If I still have my smoke, I just smoke off short for them. And then if my teammates need help at A, like, you know, I'd come up to A, get another smoke you can throw for your teammate. If your teammates are still pushed up in the bathrooms, you just tell your team, like, hey, I need divider smoke. Just come up in between those two, and then you just left the sun. Smoke.
levanta la cabeza, sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay, mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala. Si la situación te asusta, enfréntala. Si la vida es injusta, tú grita, deja de callar, escucha, sigue la alegría.
Feast your eyes on absolute slaughter. Astralis out for blood against Team Liquid, 13-2 at the half. This is Liquid's pick, by the way. This is the map that Astralis have been struggling on. They've got Dust 2 up next. Pim said that should be a wash. He said it would be easy. Well, right now, this first one, exactly the same. Dear, oh dear.
Now, do we recall if Pimp came out in favor of Astralis?
He said if it goes 3, it's 50-50. I didn't, you know, that's a nice, you know, playing both sides, so you always win. And I can't blame him. Either way. What are these smokes? We've got Heaven one being thrown by Glaive up into that B bomb site. No one here. Liquid playing retake. They have the kit, but these can be very difficult to get over the line.
Oh, flashes out short side, Liquid spilling in, but the B side's already gone. Device getting aggro, will get decked by Stewie. An advantage taken for Liquid. They're trying to make this CT pistol round happen. Now they're hounding down Stewie here in CT, but short side is what you've got to worry about. They run it down. Glaive will trade and we're into a 2-on-2. Out of Heaven is fallen down into the pit, and Glaive is still fighting here, going for his infamous smoke shots. Tag now, and the knives are out, but Fallen steals the kill away. You've still got to worry about Zip. This is what I mean. Zip plays to not die. That's his whole mindset. Now with the peak, and this is why he's so good in clutches. Doesn't unleash his true potential till he's all alone, and it's required. 3 in the round, and Astralis are up to 14. Now the rest of the game, really just a formality.
I feel like we saw the exact same thing from Liquid yesterday against Fnatic, right? They go for the heavy con-site setup. They have a CT player with a kit, and then Fnatic takes spawn, and they plant for Heaven and Hell, and then the kit gets lost in CT. I feel like that always happens when we see that retake setup, right, with the heavy con flank. The kit gets lost in CT, Fallen sticking the bomb with 10 seconds. If he has the kit, maybe it's a winnable round for Liquid, but it's lost. Yeah, I feel like that's always the case. Unfortunate stuff for Liquid. It had to happen. It had to go right. Everything. Fallen chasing up long, running away. The MAC-10s in hot pursuit. Zip with the hero AK. I say hero, the solo AK more so. Astralis there. They're here to close it. Liquid had to force here. There was no choice in the matter.
You go, why are you still talking about this game? Like, Liquid can turn it around, man. I admire you for wanting to believe.
Wow.
And I'm never one to write off a team before the game is over.
But what are you doing right
And yet
now?
here I am, writing off a team before a game is over.
I'm giving them the respect that Astralis won't.
Oh, I mean, yeah, someone's got to, right? Stewie's out of the round, and we're down to 4 for Liquid. While this is like a sad first map for Liquid, my goodness, is this nice having Astralis bringing this form, especially after how shaky they looked yesterday. Out from short, Grim's Deagle trying to deliver, but Dupree and Magis trade it right back, and Liege isn't ready to let go of this B bomb site yet, and that smoke is a little bit problematic for Magisk. He can't get out of the short side, so Zip's got to do a lot of the heavy lifting, and instead, he's dealt with. There's Team Liquid in with a third. The double scouts get it done.
Liege took the MAC-10. Some would say a downgrade. Maybe he just doesn't want to scout for this round. There was only one AK, and it was lost back of the barrel. No time to get it. Yeah, smoke shots will do for Liquid. Nothing they can rinse and repeat, but they'll take it. Astralis, they've got more than enough breathing room to still get back in control of this game. I say get back in control like they're not in it right now. More so the money in the way. Fallen, scouting middle. It's going to get flashed off. Something that never really happened to Device in that CT side, right? When did he ever look uncomfortable? He would get a shot off, he would reposition, he would get another shot off, and rinse and repeat, rarely blinded. Dupree got a clear connector. Will he hard check Elige here? Will he just clean him right out of the corner? He might not have a choice. Elige peeks in first and takes that kill. He can't escape out B water. They don't own it. And Zip is lurking nearby. He actually gets flashed out by his teammate. And Zip is just left to go get the bomb. So Elige can duck and dive and out of the area, but instead he stays in con, and Glaive going to run through his smoke. One shot will do it, but he can't find it. Elige, another smoke kill from him. 5 on 3. Liquid look good to get this one over the line.
Yeah, Astralis going to try and get back through these toilets into the A bomb site. Now they do still have 2 smokes. Right, they got A flash, so they can try and use that utility to get into this A site. But with 2 players here and a third who can rotate up very, very quickly in Elige, not going to be an easy round to get back into, especially when it is just this force buy. Uh-oh. Okay, Fallen's dead. Naf also dead. And now Grim's dead as well. We're down to the 2v2. Somehow, some way. Device with the scout is quick as hell. And Stewie might get the kill. Oh, it's damage. But Stewie's able to grab it. 4 on the board for Liquid. But that's not nice and easy. That's not nice nor easy. They just about get it locked in thanks to the quick reaction of Stewie 2K just bounding through the smoke. He wanted to deny the bomb plan, right? But, still leaves him in a good spot to close the round out, taking the free 1v1 onto the only player with HP.
My goodness, how do Astralis even make that one close? How do they make it competitive? Like, obviously credit to Stewie, but that should never be a 1v1. That should never be a bomb plant. A was stacked up, man. And Astralis were down by 2. They still traded their way into a favorable position somehow. And now attack. A quick breather for Astralis.
I need a quick breather as well, man. That last round was a little bit much, don't you think?
Maybe, man, maybe. Fallen top of his team right now. 10 kills. That's something. But it's not a lot. Astralis, they've dropped over guns. 2 AKs gifted by Magician Zip as well. So Device and Glaive going to be unleashing into this round. And with every time that Astralis make it close, right, if they're getting 4 kills in a bomb plant, y'all know they're buying. They know they can cripple Liquid's economy with just 1 single win, and this could be that round. If they win it, it's a free AWP from Fallen. It's a 15th, and it's Liquid forcing to not lose their map pick in a humiliating fashion.
Yeah, Fallen's got this AWP. It's the faded AWP as well, so he's going to do something with it. Damn, Fallen. That's a sick fade. Down through short, go Astralis. They've got Dupree on one of these AKs. Smart choice. Put the AK in the hands of the birthday boy. He's delivering. So here he is. They've got short water control. They've got connector control as well. They've even got Zip holding on to Monster. I feel like this should end up coming back maybe to, I was going to say be a B play, because they still have Dupree floating around in short, but he can also be used here to just cut off rotations. He doesn't even have to hang around. He can leave if he wants. With con control taken, that's an option open to Astralis if they want to go for it. They start to move into the toilets. Instead, they're grouping to hit this A bomb site. Now, this is where Fallen sits with his AWP. As you mentioned, he's top of the board right now for Liquid. And so this could be a big confidence-boosting moment for Fallen. Needs to put on a bit of a show with his AWP. There's that first kill found. Fallen in with the peak. Here's the footsteps at long as well. Cognizant. Astralis are going to look to split in, but there's no getting past Fallen. His wits are about him today. And now he's looking for number 3. The nade might even be enough. Dupree instead cancelled out by Naf. It's a Fallen wasn't needed there. Him and Naf hold down the A-bomb site. Team Liquid get 5. And the money is broken for Astralis.
Yeah, you finally stop forcing here, I think, right? No kills, no bomb plant, no reason to reinvest, right? It's not in a scary situation yet. We've already seen 14-4 comebacks today into overtime, even if it was a lost game for EG. And so, Astralis definitely would have seen that result. And I don't think they're worried about it yet, but It can happen. So definitely eco this. Take a moment, take a breather, and give Liquid 6, and then come back in with a reckoning of a rifle round. Device chasing Fallen. He backs out. Leech is already pushed long in a dangerous spot himself. He needs to get out with another kill at least. It's a second for a Leech before he's traded. That's good at the bare minimum, at the worst case. And Stewie wants to make this case worse for Astralis, coming in on the con flank. With Naf still locking down long and all that info there, trying to deny the AUG pickup, he does do so. Magisk dead. Stewie might not be needed here as Naf is getting it done. Glaive escapes with the bomb, but not with his life, as Stewie will poke back up from the bottom. And Liquid 4 finds 6 with 4 alive as well. So, yeah, they're getting rid of the ecos pretty well, but how do they fare when Astralis have all the moolah like right now?
Still, there's absolutely no way that anything could go wrong here for Astralis, right?
Oh, dear.
There's no way that Liquid pull this back.
Would you say unlosable, Harry?
Unlosable. Okay. Much akin to ships that have been unsinkable.
Yeah.
So take a look at this. We've got the rifles back out now for Astralis.
Double orb.
Any utility getting thrown over mid, Fallen waiting patiently, and Stewie on that secondary orb. He's looking to put it to good use down at short B, just peeking in towards the connector, holding for this water cross. Oh, the timing. Magisk was holding for exactly that. And then he's like, nah, they ain't peeking short. The moment he tries to look somewhere else, that's when Stewie rounds the corner. Man advantage taken for Liquid. 5 on 4 and Astralis grinding to a halt, trying to regroup up back here in middle. You know about Stewie's orb. I've yet to uncover Fallen's up at the A-bomb site.
Yeah, the smoke as well coming down will deny Fallen more room with the orb, but he plays in the toilet instead. See many a clip from this guy in this position. Careful. That hole caused the death of your teammate. You don't want to give Stewie any more. He has backed up at least, but that door getting swung is info for Liquid at a bare minimum. Stewie holding for a boost. Astralis not in it yet. Dupree's waiting for Glaive to stand, and he can jump on his head here. Oh, that gets heard, and yeah, you bail here at this level. If you're missing that, Liquid are going to know about it. 20 seconds, they got to go. Good flash. Oh, the spray.
It's ugly.
Grim does get traded. Stewie on the side.
Yes!
On the AWP. He's got one more. Stewie, 4 in the round. Finding 7 for Liquid, keeping them in this game.
Oh, hey, look at him. Look at Stewie 2K. Lighting up the scoreboard.
Like that.
I love it. I love it when we get the Stewie know and love. Delivering. Putting up 4. 1 at the start of round 3 to close it. I don't know what it is. There's something about Stewie. It's like when he's secondary AWPing, he's like better at it than when he was having that stint where we saw him donning the AWP a lot, right? And it was kind of juggled between him and Naf. Obviously, he was IGL in then as well, so I imagine it's a lot harder to be scoped in, no mini-map, trying to tell everyone what to do.
Yeah, it's 1 round as well. Let's
well, you know, Hugo.
Let's see if he can do it again, Harry.
I think he can. I think he can. Big Stu on the AWP. Lots of faith. So much faith in Stewie 2K.
Yeah, with this setup as well, it's nice for the AWP brain. Very nice.
I feel like I've just cursed the ever-loving hell out of the guy. But let's see. Big Stu, AWP, Grim down in water as well. They're getting close. They're getting in his face. Grim's not budging, though. He's not ready to give up this B-bomb site. And here he is holding the fort, finally bested in the head-to-head. Naf, able to swing out, able to get things back under control. He's left it just on 1 man. Now Dupree, while he's good for the first, will get traded right away. And so Liquid are on to A. Yeah, that was falling in heaven with the order. Like I say, you know, nothing really could go wrong at all go wrong for Astralis here. Surely not. We've never seen it happen. Unlosable is the word used. Unlosable, unsinkable, reasonable shot. Liquid, what's it for that's really good in a Liquid jersey? Big fan of what? Yes, so. Look at him with the fade again. Now I'm falling nice fade. There he is, over here and over the orange. Starting to kill stream right now. He's out on a limb on the short side. Drivers don't want to give away the fact that that's what right now, so no one fires a shot. Another kill on Grim. Any Grimmers? Ah, that feels good. To be a Grimmer. Oh my goodness, Astralis probably feeling pretty grim after that one. That was not a round that they wanted to let slip, but they didn't really have a say in the matter, like just coming down to Grim firing faster than them and more accurately at that. And here we go, Nav. Oh, what? Reason. Claim is the king of getting just like the most BS kills you've ever seen. Through the mid door. Through the smoke as well. Like it's just running across, and that's not cool. A brutal dosage of reality. How tense does this feel with the music? Yeah. Into the catwalk. Look at this for full. Oh no, you're in my ears now, Harry. Stewie, walking along, and the collateral is in. Zip on the receiving end of that one, and now into the catwalk. Go Astralis away from the AWP. They don't want to find themselves on the receiving end of Stewie, but in doing so, they're in the crossfire of a Liege down in middle. They get up Cat. Grim is still here. He was the reckoning in that last round. This time with Stewie here to help out. This Orb looking to land some shots. Catwalk's becoming a very hostile environment for the Danes. They're trapped out on a limb, and Liquid are just taking these fights. Grim's even about to go through the smoke. Grim! Oh, there he is. Putting an end to the round, putting an end to Astralis. Team Liquid up on his 6, and he makes a big boy play.
Yeah, that's broken Astralis, right? Like the mental side at least has got to be feeling pretty rough, right? You only just won Liquid's map pick, and it should have been a lot more one-sided than it was. And now Liquid are coming, firing off, feeling it. And look at Stewie, dude. He's hyped. And he can't not be right now with some of the rounds that we're getting out of Liquid. Falling back on the Orb. Double Orb available here, like not just money-wise, but on the half that we're on, right? This is a great map to run that double Orb on CT, and considering how good Stewie was at running that down on the B-bomb site on Overpass, don't be surprised to see that come through later. Right now, it's a very cerebral CT side, though. Liquid just running rotations, running to the action. And Astralis left worse for wear. For now, Device slow start. Remember how Overpass began with Device in toilets and Long just running round and hitting every shot with the Orb? Well, that was a long time ago. And you're going to double cross back a Liege. It's dangerous with what we've seen out of Glaive, but he does get out of B safe. Molly up Cat can stop re-aggression. No one's there for Liquid. They're playing a very nice, safe, standard round here. Scared of a mid to B with 2 players out in the middle. A Liege on the box that often gets smoked nowadays, but we'll see. Astralis haven't committed anyway yet. They're still defaulting. Zip holding Long. Magisk lower, and Astralis take Cat finally. Fallen on the car can stop the commitment here, so we're likely going to see those smokes come down to get Astralis into A if they want. Device has gone round. He's looking for a mid kill. Liquid not giving away anything. It's got to feel hard when you're feeling this, like, ready, this warmed up to not be taking these peaks, to be giving the room for Astralis to execute, but you've got to give them some respect, right? There's the flashes coming in. Astralis can drop spawn side if they want, but they won't. They creep up the catwalk. Device in mid catches that rotation of Stewie, and they can always drop back into a mid to B, as well as Zip holding Long. Kills could be fed here to Astralis that can change the port of call in this round, and you can already see them starting to back up. A Liege kills that spawn drop, but the bomb is back in middle, and mid to B may be the answer after all.
Oh, but look at Grim. Look at Grim. This might be a couple of freebies. He deals with Device. Now the B play's coming in. Naf is still here. Out on the A side, they lose Dupree. Naf falls right away. Magisk with the kill, trying to work his magic. He's opened up the B site, now taking a window peek, and Elige was not ready for that. Magisk means business. Really, it means magic. Here's this 2-on-4 turned into a 2-on-2. Grim in the tunnels and Fallen in through middle. They have a Molotov and 2 flashes to force these gunfights out of Astralis. That molly onto the car burns out Magisk. And Grim with the spray is able to convert that round after all.
Yeah, Zip didn't know where to look, man. He thought he was coming in from the mid side as well. He looked a little confused there. So right now, Astralis, this is not the form that we always expect to see them in. They started that round off so well, right, with Device killing the rotate, and then that 2-on-4 that gets down to a bomb plant. You think it's unlosable, but the late tunnel lurk is what does it for Liquid. And now we've seen, yeah, look how confused Zip is. Maybe a missed call, maybe a misread, but whatever it is, it's left Astralis in the dirt. And that's the second time we've seen a player on Liquid swap out an AK for an AUG. Very interesting. Leech did it earlier in not picking up the AK. Fallen on the retake, swapped his AK for an AUG. Hey, it worked. Just thought that was a little tidbit there. The AUG is in a very good place right now. I don't think it's OP at all. I just think it's better than the M4, but it's more expensive.
Also, there's 328 million people in America. Tell your family, tell your friends, get them watching, man. Liquid, they're making this happen. We need more NA stands in the house. Repping Team Liquid, accompanying them on this beating that they're dishing to Astralis. This might be it. This might be the game that everyone's talking about. Out towards short side, Astralis trying to take cat control. It's another slow round. They're trying to come up with solutions to these problems that Liquid have posed. Fallen this time playing Goose with Elige to draw the attention in. You know, this little 1-2 punch has been good for Liquid in the past. Oftentimes, though, it's been the roles reversed, right, with Elige on the Goose. So here's the cat play. Fallen lining up a flash to help Elige. It's a palm tree flash, hard to dodge, hard to spot, and it leaves everyone blind. Fallen's not waiting. He takes a swing, he takes a peek, and he's in with one before he's traded. Elige is still alive. Grim dies in the long doors. Now Elige is feeling pressure. He knows a long fight's about to come in, so he tries to duel at Cat, but in doing so, this A site has fallen apart. Dupree and Device getting the kills to close it out for Astralis and put up a second. It's a real shame, man. Grim got a little impatient in the long doors, right? I've been holding it for ages, and the peak just comes through as he takes his eyes off the angle.
Yeah, he's trying to come in to clear out the fact and find out whether there's a lurker or not, right? Like, Zip's not even in the doorway. He's hiding back in spawn. It's when you go for those cat plays, it's always a question for those A players, like, oh, are we getting wrapped from long? Is there a lurker? And vice versa. You know, you can see one man up cat on heavy long plays as well in the mid round. So, yeah, Grim knows what's coming there. He just gets caught looking the wrong way. And in times, he's been the one finding those timings, right? Zip's been holding long in many defaults in that one round that Astralis in the 2-on-4 went mid to B. Zip left long and Grim aggresses at the perfect time. So it's hard to find those timings, but when you do, they can be so valuable, and not just information, but getting map control as well. Another long take for Astralis. Device hanging out in the tons. Another molly on the car, playing it safe after Fallen found a kill, despite being mollied out last time. There's no AWP here, just a scout on Stewie on the site. Naf solo B, otherwise dry pistols here for Liquid. Grim trying to get something going on Catwalk. If he can get this kill, that's an AK for him. That Device is taking his sweet, sweet time, not jumping up the Xbox. Nor Astralis, not jumping the gun, just holding on.
Oh,
shot doesn't connect.
Yeah, you were hoping that would have been an opener. Instead, Stewie's taking peeks at long, but a lot closer than they were ready for are Astralis. And there's the cat crunch coming in from Device. Naf's left up with a CZ, and he might just save it. Doesn't make for entertaining viewership, this one, this little save. Maybe you can get... Nah, the AK's dropped over in the A side. Naf's just saving.
Yeah, playing the long game, if you can find an exit, find an Astralis player hunting, maybe there's something here for Naf, but ultimately, 3 rounds for Astralis, right? Building into this game. That's the one thing that you after watching this series, but even in general, cannot count out, and that is the comeback potential. We saw it from Liquid. It can be done just as much by the Danes. So Liquid are not out of dodge yet. Nav coming up, Cat late, looking for anything. One of those guns, one of those exits, but they've already departed the site. Ooh, can he find this AK? He's very close. Yoink! And oh, boink. He does think Device, who does die to the bomb, but that is it.
Yeah, a bit of a shame, right? But, you know, didn't really have much of a chance, right? He gets the AK and he's like, well, they're all here, no one's looking at me. He takes one down with the bomb. Regardless, just an eco 4-team Liquid, so his fourth likely up. Glaive again with the mid kill on Stewie crossing with the AK. Like, Device is trying to get it with the AWP, and Glaive's just stealing them away. Dupree down in lower in the meantime, making a bit of a ruckus, making a bit of sound. Look at him go. Dupree, here they are, birthday boy over on the short side, but they're not quite offering up the kill. And so they will get out of there. Dupree just doing some damage. Rotation into B, called for by Fallen. Liquid setting up heavy in mid, and the bombs dropped outside of the tunnels. Now, not really much of a chance for Liquid to find anything in this round. And the numbers alone tell you that, let alone the weaponry. Astralis is still being very, very careful, though.
You don't want to give Liquid a gun here, right? They're remaining grouped, they're staying together, can always trade at worst case scenario. And this double eco, it represents an opportunity for Astralis to get back into the T side and actually recover this half. It started very strong for Liquid, but my goodness, Glaive, that is a mega brain lineup. Not moving his mouse, so his position stays in the same. And look at the flank from Fallen. Oh, they check it. Looked good on the timing, but not today. Denied by Zip. Glaive up into the site, Nap hiding behind the box. He gets jumped on. Dupree pounces, and the plant is in. That will be 4 rounds for Astralis. Just about getting Grim out of the round. Surely not. And no, indeed, 4 for Astralis, and this is it. Liquid, they've been waiting a while for this buy round. Double eco for it. They can double AWP if they'd like, and so they will.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that really was the difference maker back on overpasses when we had these double AWPs out. So it's good to see it making another appearance here. Last time we saw Stewie with that AWP, he was able to find a good bit of impact, but then he ends up dying, and they weren't able to reinvest into it. Then having to take this double eco, finally it's back in play. Glaive tapping mid again, always makes me nervous. Stewie does live on the cross this time around. Glaive is still fighting it with the AK. That's ballsy to say the least. Device tries to hit the timing out through lower, but just misses it. Mid control taken for Astralis. Liquid set up with one of these AWPs at Cat. That's Fallen there. Stewie's rotated into the B site and is just holding middle from B. Astralis have kept all their options open, though. They've got mid, now they're taking Catwalk. Right. This little boost is, you know, I imagine going to provide you a similar angle than if you're, like, playing on the boxes to your right, but they're going to clear the boxes on this short peak. They're going to say, oh, well, no one's looking at Cat. And in reality, Fallen's been here all along. Now, he's fallen off the boost and has just decided to hold his ground. This could end up with, like, a 1v, you know, like, one-and-done trade. So he uses his time to get the hell out of there.
This lineup, like, ridiculous, honestly.
Try and explain that one, Rush.
Yeah.
Hey, future pros, here's what you're going to want to do.
Figure it out.
Look at this. Astralis ready with the A-play, ready to move in, take this site away. Fallen with the AWP. Now's the time. Now's the time to shine. And Glaive is the man caught crossing. First into the crosshair. Lige still tucked in at ramp. The A-play grinding to a very awkward halt for Astralis. Device has provided a little more of...
Wait, the bombs?
A little more of something
they're
now
going
in the middle.
back.
They're going, they're running, they're getting out of there. They're going back towards B. They've got to go fast if this is going to work. Stewie's not ready to give it up. No, it's back into A. And Fallen's still here fighting. That bomb's got to go down. Fallen's not giving them the room, but Magis hits a belter. There's Grim with the re-peak. It's down to the clutch for Magis. Trying to find 5 for Astralis. You got to get past Grim. And with that peak from Rap, now the short peak as well. And Grim will get the trade. Ooh, that gets a little bit chaotic, a little bit close. Liquid is still there, left standing tall at the end.
Man, you're seeing red if you're Astralis, though, right? Like, they had that Cat take. Device kills a rotate off of mid, and they decide, like, we're not being given a lot. Let's just go back. Let's just drop into a mid to B with 20. I don't know who makes the call, but when Device dies, they 180 right back into A. The funny part about all of that is there was no one in the site. One smoke on default scared Astralis from actually committing. They thought there was someone Goose or on the boxes. There was not. It was only like, you know, down on ramp and long for Liquid. So Astralis actually could have planted for Cat and been absolutely fine. Liquid were giving them that, but Astralis weren't. No, they thought that smoke was being played, and instead it was them being played like a fool, like a fiddle. An 8 found for Liquid is Astralis. I mean, yeah, credit to even get back into that position and get a bomb plant, but not the round. However, that's the start. Device picking Grim out early. He has had some incredible rounds so far, so don't want to give Grim any more breathing room. He won't be breathing in this one. Glaive does get tagged, getting up catwalk. Magisk is defaulting B, and okay, through the smoke in Astralis style, he finds Naf.
Yeah, this feels horrible now if you're Liquid. If you haven't made the right decision here, if you haven't got your chess pieces in the right place on the board, this round is done. Stewie, caught with utility out, couldn't have picked the worst time to have that smoke in hand. It's just dealt with. And so the round's locked in for Astralis. It's probably just the save. Liquid going to try and hold on to the AWP and M4. You can see Astralis want them to do anything but that.
This is definitely the round to hunt now, right? Like, now you've got Liquid's economy on the back foot. Now you know you've won this round. You're already spreading out. We've got a player holding onto the bomb in case things get naughty, but Liquid are not going for it. And so Astralis, if they can find a gun here, if they can get a player out of the round, it's worth losing bodies to do so. Here's Fallen. He's going to hear these footsteps. Spamming again. Here they come, one by one, but Fallen needs quick shots, and he needs them to all be connecting. Blinded off the angle. Dupree with a kill, and Elige, where has he gotten to? Astralis wonder. Not the doors. They've mollied and spammed. And Elige seemingly will live to tell the tale, but everyone else perishing, and that AWP lost for Liquid. So they're all relying on Elige right now to do the heavy lifting in a round that's going to have nothing to play with. Astralis have crafted a path to an 8-7 half.
Yeah, very, very respectable, right? When you think about how this map started, how good Liquid were looking out of the gate. Elige especially, right, shining bright early on. These stars now starting to turn in favor of Astralis. Through the smoke, Fallen removed. Magisk don't even see them at this point, and Glaive will get caught down in lower. There's an M4 drop that someone else on Liquid can look to grab.
Shot it to Stewie.
Yeah, he's tried to get that into the mid doors now. Stewie hasn't been able to retrieve it yet. Elige has just decided, well, someone's got to be a big player in this round. No one's a bigger player than I am. Up through the short. Actually back into middle for Elige. He might just be saving.
Yeah. No, it's the right call, right? Like, you're unrealistic to expect you to suddenly get in just ace against Astralis and get that defuse off. Liquid didn't really have any position. They'd lost Cat, they'd lost Long. And so it's not the call you want to make, but it is one where Liquid are playing for round 15. Both these guns get away. And these pistols, well, they can afford to lose. Naf is trying to bait for Grim right now. He's running away from Long very loud, hoping that someone pushes the doors into Grim, but it's not worked. Grim's going to peek. Oh. Dupree doesn't shoot until it's absolutely necessary. Oh, he can't close the kill. Magisk has found Naf on catwalk. And Dupree to finish that one off as well. Not even really point in going for exits here, other than, you know, building up HLTV rating. Because Astralis have all the money in the world, so Stewie hangs onto the gun, and yeah, this is going to allow a little bit more. Elige can drop an AWP to fall, and that wouldn't have been available without him saving, so it does show value in why Liquid go for that save despite having position to attempt the round. And as said, Astralis gunning for 7 certainly looks available. Oh, here comes the spam.
The AWPs, the autos. Oh, well, they survived the journey. Stewie's tagged. Fallen's peeking. He's like, fine, I'll fight you in the mid doors.
Pick your gun. Got all the time in the world. You've got all the weaponry at your disposal. Double AWP will be taken, but only because Glaive is tagged up. The nade could be big. It certainly is on Magisk. He's got to line up utility. He couldn't move. Are they just going to full send into B on the final round of the half? Device dropping smokes. This should be for the door. Here they come.
And out they go into the site. Stewie is blinded, might get one, but that's the extent of it. Out through the doors is Naf in with another, but he's left to the wolves. Astralis into the 3-on-3, and it's just peaks from everyone on Liquid as they trickle into the bomb site. They've given over a lot of these 1vx's to Astralis, leaving them a man down in the retake. It's Grim and Fallen up against it. They're grouped here together. 2 flashes on Grim. All you've got to try and get this AWP roaring into the retake. More utility, denying you position. Window is the only spot you can fight from, and it's another molly into Window. Both those flashes are gone now. So Fallen tries to commit with it, and he will land the no-scope, but that is the extent of the retake. Astralis managed to put up 7. We're split right down the middle. No clear winner in sight, and maybe, just maybe, a 3rd map on the horizon. Stick around to see if we get there.
I feel like we started the year out greatly, but then things kind of overhauled us, I would say, in some way, right? We didn't follow up with the meta of the individual game style, which is played heavily right now, and I think that we weren't as comfortable with our map pool as we wanted to be. So I guess for a team of our caliber, not having these results is not good enough, but you're also seeing some of the other teams, Navi and Vitality, struggling a little bit as well. And I think that the end of the last year was really rough in regards to how many tournaments, even though we weren't traveling, there were so many tournaments and games that I think that we started off maybe strongly, but we didn't really have the fundamentals and the foundation we needed for the entire year. And we kind of had time to work on that now after Katowice. We had, I think, 2.5 weeks, and we feel so much better now. And I think that we're also going to show that in the Pro League group.
Mission Grim possible right now. Liquid couldn't quite pull it back on Overpass, but a strong start on Dust 2 might be the solution after all. That being said, Astralis, no sleepers. They sneak right back in. They take 7 at the end, and now they swap over to that CT side. Liquid got a lead now, and they've got a lot of utility to do it.
In a rare showing of solidarity, Grimmers and Naffers coming together, hoping. And that can be enough for Liquid to get us to a 3rd. Device push down short side, trying to take an aggro peek. Down here in the lower tunnels, there's a lot of danger. Device is looking to brave it. Oh, he's in uncharted waters. They
What?
go up. Oh, no, Device. It's juicy down into the bottom of mid. And Device might show you how to get the ace done. 4 out of 5.
No.
And someone else steals it away. Oh,
It's getting to you, isn't it, Harry?
I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. Zip. Uncalled for. That's our third almost ace.
It's, I mean, incredible round for Device. You got to give it to him, right? At this point, I don't even know what to say.
Zip is the Danish Stewie, and Device is the Danish Elige.
Yeah, there we go. That's what he's known for. And now 4 Glocks. Liquid, hey, they get a pistol round again. They get to redo it, Harry. Lucky them. Unfortunately, Astralis, they have a lot more money, and so rifles galore, the scout picking targets out of middle, Dupree providing cover, and the flash will find nothing. Device just doing damage. Glaive with a double assists, and it's going to be a clean one for Astralis. 5 up at the end. Do they really want to run a bonus round? You know that Liquid just fully code. They're going to come in with AKs. It's a hard one to justify reinvesting in a space like this where you can't even fully buy on everyone. And so SMGs, what is the game plan here for Astralis? Because it's a massive round. Liquid are pausing for it. They're coming up with a big game plan. But I feel like we have to see aggression. We have to see something of the sort of a double upper push or taking those long doors. Because you're really going to struggle if Liquid come in with an execute and you're left to retake without rifles.
Well, look, man, Moses is talking to the boys. He's trying to pump them up. He's giving them ideas. He's whispering little things in the ears of Fallen.
What kind of things is he whispering, Harry?
I don't know,
Any
man.
insight?
I tried to do it. I can't impersonate Moses.
Yeah.
He's liberally applying the lotion to his head.
Well, let's see if Liquid can shine bright as that, or if it will be Astralis stealing more rounds.
Or is he just a bold fraud? That's the question we got to ask. Here it is, down through Catwalk, go Team Liquid. Pushed up close. I'm waiting back in tunnels with Grim. What solutions have Liquid come up with here? Glaive aggressing, and there we go, that's the opener. Secured a Liege, no less, to get them there. Into the A site go these 3 boys for Liquid. Bomb having to get out of middle to join them, but this is looking like a done deal for Liquid. With those 2 kills, they've locked it in. Moses, he's done it.
It's the danger of the bonus round, right? Literally, that's what it's coming down to. Like the first 2 fights that decide the round win for Liquid are ranged fights the Astralis don't have weaponry for. Glaive was getting into position for the cat fight. Zip was out on an island at the long corner, and no surprise that the AKs batter their way through into A. Good round for Liquid. But that's going to be one of the easiest ones and one of the freest ones yet. You know Astralis are coming in with rifles. And they'll be in far better control of a normal round. That being said, Liquid, 5 alive, building their money, equaling up the scoreline. Working hard to get this to a 3rd map.
Hugo, I got to ask you. Do you think they can get there? Are you believing?
Harry, anything is possible.
I'm not trying to curse this is a curse-free environment.
Yeah, all right.
Do you believe, Hugo?
They could, Harry.
I don't like the answer, Hugo.
I mean, how am I supposed to
Are you
call it?
feeling belief? Do you have feelings? Do you have emotions?
No.
I feel emotions every day, okay? Right now, my emotions are telling me, Liquid have got this one in the bag.
Yeah, nice call it at 9-9. What could go wrong, hey?
I believe. I believe.
I know you're counter-jinxing. It's fine. I know what you're up to, buddy. Right now, Astralis, though, they're just playing for each and every round. They're playing in the moment. Forget the bigger picture. Forget the 3rd map. At least that's what they want. Zip up on long tucked. We've got an AWP on Glaive traded back to Dupree. He took it long out of spawn. Swip swapping guns back here for Astralis. Liquid looking to crunch B with 2, but it's far from a commitment. If they get the pick, they can take the site, but Magiska's giving away nothing on top of the boxes. Dribble smoke down, and Magisk can hold on. Dupree trying to clear mid. Fallen. If he uncrouches, he's going to get a haircut. Magisk taking a lead out. He walked into B with that smoke, and it didn't go well for him. They talk about the fresh fade on Fallen, but Does Dupree like it or not? Let him get up Cat. The info's there at least. Astralis know that Shaw is gone now. And they don't have to worry about B thanks to that early kill. They've even rotated the AWP into position as well. That will leave it unable to help out in this Cat play. You would really love an AWP on the long cross. It's actually Device with the scout, so you know the budget AWP is here. But can Device do what the AWP could? Find those one-shots, take those headshots, and stop Liquid from getting into A.
Not going to be easy. Never meant to be easy with this scout, but Device, he's here to try and draw attention away from Dupree. Not Dupree, Glaive rather, who's just sat waiting patiently at ramp concealed. But the bomb plant's coming in. They still don't know about Glaive. He's right under their nose. He's right alongside them. Glaive in the sight. Flash now going over. Naf's going to dodge it, but not ready for the quick peek. And Glaive with the openers to spur you into the retake. Fallen responds with one. He loses his teammate.
Wow.
And Dupree follows up. Astralis, when the big guns come out, big boys start to play. 10 on the board for the Danes as now they're back in the lead.
Yeah, that was clinical. That was beautiful for Astralis, right? Just the fact that they give it all up. Glaive doesn't peek once into A. He doesn't even give Liquid the info that he's on ramp, like you said. Like, Naf never knew. He was trying to cross, trying to crouch, trying to duck the flashes, and Glaive surprises him with his speed. And Astralis already off of B, just full rotate CT, kill those Cat players, no problem. Really nice round for Astralis, just giving up the A site in a 5-on-4 and playing the numbers, what they're so often known to do. Dupree not giving the mid kill away, but he is holding for the cross, and Stewie should have seen him there. So unlikely to peek back into the AWP. Fallen still trying to provide cover. Dupree swaps sides. Elige mollies mid doors, and Stewie stays tucked covering Cat push. So default's good so far for Liquid. They've got middle. They've pushed Astralis out. They've sent the AWP back into a bomb site. Fallen might get fed at long if Zip wants to tangle with him. Very, very close to the doors indeed, but Device is also helping with the AWP, so no commitment by the looks of things. And you don't want to be offering up kills if you're Astralis, right? Like pushing the boat out, giving Liquid opening kills on a map like Dust, that can cost you the round. And so the double AWP sits back and relaxes here for Astralis. Wait for Liquid to come and commit.
They drop this Cat smoke, often the one you drop when you're trying to make this Cat to A play happen. But it is nothing more than a ruse, and they've got their sight set on a mid to B. Smoke's getting thrown in for the cross. Madge is close here in mid, and Dupree peeking from the window. This double face in mid is a big problem. Naf, while he is able to trade it, he's got to go back through tunnels to get into B. Grim's already here, holding down the B bomb site. So we're 2-on-3 for Team Liquid. The bomb also having to cross at the doors, and no smokes to make it happen. Wow. They throw it over to Grim, and he's able to get it planted. Astralis now setting up outside of B, knocking on the doors already. Glaive's moved out through the tunnels, and this B site's feeling a little claustrophobic. Glaive and Device getting kills seconds apart, puts Astralis up onto 11.
Yeah, I mean, these cogs are whirring in their head. They know exactly what's going on. Like, you can see Astralis setting up to deal with the mid to B before the commitment's already in. Both the B players are out on a limb in middle. Dupree's in the window. He's, like, committed to mid. Obviously not to be killed by tunnels. He doesn't want to get wrapped on the back. Magis gets 3 frags with his AUG as Dupree draws a lot of attention. And even though Grim gets that space inside of B, it's still a man down. It's still a predicament for Liquid, and it's still another round for Astralis as they build and build some more. 4 out of 5.5. And Liquid on the back foot when it comes to money. They could buy, but it will leave them with no AWP, with limited utility. So we'll see how they decide to pinch their pennies. Because right now Astralis are picking up the pace.
There's no denying it, is there? They are starting to break away, and you don't want to have this, you know, like be the last, like, good time you're in if you're Liquid. It doesn't want to be another game of playing catch-up like back on Overpass. While they were bringing the heat early on, we were able to look at guys like Elige, right, flying high on the scoreboard, 8 kills in the first 2 rounds. We need to start looking at them in that same vein again. But once more, the round is opened up by Device and his AWP. Dupree donning the second one. Floating around middle, now taking up Device's position. Hasn't spotted the players crossing out lower, but will now start to consider it. So the chance of catching this AWP off guard is now out the window. He's ready to fight you head on. And the tag to Fallen, adding insult to injury. In a weird way, it's kind of better that like you get that tag to come through there. You don't uncover that this is actually dupreeh with the AWP in middle, right? It was Device that you saw here earlier on. Well, he's since posted himself up at the crossroads. Oh, now they're looking to get this info, and they get it. They lose everyone over in middle.
Yeah, the AWP may get glocked, but I was going to say it shouldn't get out of control. That kill could make it so. Zip on Cat, they jump up, and he deals with them both. Headshots on the spray. How does he do it? I don't know. 12-9, and Astralis all over the board. Feeling very good right now. Liquid only half board there. They put some money in. They still have enough to reinvest. And again, Astralis, no matter what half they're in, CT or T, they've won every single mid fight at the start of the round. Like peeking doors from T spawn, Glaive was getting picks left and right with the AK. And even on the CT side, peeking in, like it's 2015 all over again. This time a safer angle taken from dupreeh. He sees Stewie cross into the corner, but he won't commit to it. They boost for Cat from lower. Nothing is seen there either. And so similarly to how Liquid just played very safe CT side rounds once we hit the gun rounds, Astralis are doing the same, giving away nothing. Back out mid, Legion's looking for a lurk. Glaive is going to be ready for contact this close. No, it's a Legion with an opener. That's a massive kill to start the round here for Liquid. It's going to make Astralis a little bit scared. Throwing grenades into B will keep these players here for a few more seconds longer, as Astralis now have one man on A to deal with this entire Cat execute.
Yeah, they're starting to realize something don't feel right. Something don't sound right, so they try to rotate early. Fallen wins the initial engagement. So now that lead extended even further for Team Liquid in this round. Device and Zip, they are about to have a lot of bodies come their way. And with Zip repositioning into CT, it's all eyes on Device with this AWP. Really about to get put through his paces. He has been giving us a great game all day, has Device. But this is the truest test of them all, right? You are essentially alone, 1v5 in the A-bomb site. And they're also splitting in through long. Oh, now having to consider it, and a missed shot. Device knows that that was his chance. And with it not connecting, it will just be this save. Team Liquid not ready to give this game up yet. They respond with double digits of their own.
Yeah, I really wonder how that would have played out if Zip never left long, right? He went back to CT. He believed in the mid to B. He tried to cover it. Oh, he just gets away with his gun as well. But if he was still long, Device would have had all the room in the world to just fight Cat, drop that bomb, pick his fights from the headshot angle on default. But instead, stuck between a rock and a hard place, stuck between two splits for Liquid. And the AWP is gone, but dupreeh does save one. And Astralis still have money from these previous one rounds. Double AWP save for Liquid. Do they really keep that? Seems so.
I don't even, yeah, man, it really is. I'm kind of beside myself with excitement. I'm trembling, man. Like, this is, yeah. I don't even, like, Liquid trying to make this happen. And the fact that, you know, they're denying Astralis this quick stretch, this quick birth towards the end, like closing in on map point, series point for Astralis is big, right? They never had this back on Overpass. Like, Overpass, it was do or die. You had to win every round or else that game was slipping away from you. And they still were able to achieve that. Well, here, with a bit of breathing room and only a couple of rounds to play catch up on,
easy, right?
Maybe Liquid can look to get it done. Now, for Astralis, they've got the double AWP. They've kept that up, right? They're coming into this with full rifles. They're not getting worried yet. But that tipping point where suddenly it gets a little more scary is coming up, right? You don't have infinite money to fall back on. And money starts to matter so much on this CT side when you get to crunch time like this. So if you're an Astralis fan, you're hoping that they can wipe the slate clean with a victory in this round, start to build up some money again. Because if not, that's where things get dangerous.
Oh, Elise jumping for the Cat spot. Could have been killed by Device, but that Xbox smoke saves him. Looking like a B hit for Liquid out of the gate. They've got lots in tunnels with the bomb. 2 orbs, one holding the top of middle, Stewie waiting. Device pushed off his angle, just trying to push them back into this A play, and Stewie gets picked by dupreeh. Now, Liquid, they've lost their mid lurk. They just have to fully commit, fully crunch into the bomb site. Glaive and Magisk, they're moving in, they're getting aggressive, and they catch Liquid with grenades in hand. Magisk mowing them down again. Glaive is gone from this round, but Liquid are entering B. Can dupreeh put up a kill? Before they do, no, it's Fallen to find the equalizer. 2-on-2 now. It's a massive kill from Fallen, and the bomb plant allowed.
These fast tunnels flanks have always caught Liquid by surprise. Every single B play, there's been a player fast in tunnels that gets away with a kill. This time, Zip is dealt with. Fallen also dealt with, and now it falls down to the 1v1. Device, low HP on a leash, so he's in with the USP. Smoke down, and Device trying to conceal his movements behind it. Quite the player to get past on the other side, and Elige with the swing delivers 11 to Team Liquid, holds his own at low HP in the clutch. And with that, now the money's broken for Astralis. This is where 12-12 starts to feel inevitable.
Yeah, great reaction from Fallen there, right? Not just that first kill, he's ready for the repeak in B. He knows they're going to try and catch him setting up with how many orbs we've seen, not only in the CT side, but also in middle for Astralis. He was so ready for the repeak. And then even kills the tunnels flank as well. This AWP on Fallen saves Liquid in a huge tipping point round. Astralis now on Deagles. And Liquid destined for great things right now, looking to level up the scoreline. And not much Astralis can do or say about it. Not on Dust 2, not with Deags. Liquid low and slow, out long, silently as well. Astralis know this is likely the case, likely the port of call, but until Device gets some information, they don't want to start throwing too many bodies here. It will begin to rotate round, as it's all they've seen here from Liquid. There's the start, Fallen finding Device. And now Liquid can just move up contact. No way these pistols will be able to win this one. The Deags ready and waiting. There's a flash on dupreeh, but he's not looking to set it up. They're looking to fight.
Yeah, this could still get scary, right? Like, pistols threatening, especially in this little A site crunch, but Stewie's there to mop it all up. And so the danger, the crisis is inverted. The crisis is inverted, guys.
Yep, inside out.
And now we find out, how much power does this Team Liquid squad really have? Can it run Crisis? That's the big question. Astralis calling in a tactical pause. Zonic weighing in with his man.
Take a deep breath.
Words are hard.
Take a deep breath.
Zonic weighing in with his thoughts and trying to come up with solutions. There we go. Lots of S's. I'm getting a bit lispy.
But, you know, as Dust 2 often comes down to, it's very hard to, like, you can't base what you've seen in previous rounds and use that in the same way, like, oh, this was the weakness, like, this is what we need to do. Because Liquid are going to switch it up every round. They're going to be playing off of spawn. They're going to be playing off of feeling. Dust 2 is a map where, yeah, it can just be decided by where those spawns come in. This time, it's nothing special. We got Stewie. He could take a long peek early. There's nothing really crazy for Liquid, so they'll just go about their default again. Right down middle for Fallen, no fear. Astralis leaning B, what a heavy setup. They seem to have read this one ahead of time. Let's see if they make the right call. Glaive goes back to mid and back to Fallen as he again finds an opening. This guy is full of man advantage situations for Liquid. He loves taking the first out of the round, and there's nothing Astralis can do or say to stop him. Device again pushed off a catwalk, falls into spawn to try and cover the mid to B. But Liquid, they got time. They're in no hurry. Minute on the clock. Lean back, relax.
Yeah.
Wait to see if Astralis make a mistake.
That's the horrible part for Astralis, right? Like, you feel so tempted going a man down to try and go for, like, info plays that with Liquid just sat back and waiting. They're getting rewarded for this patience. Fallen coming into his own again. Like, he was such a difference maker back on Overpass. Well, you know, had a kind of slower start here. Now finding his footing as we approach the most important rounds in this game, and it really is showing. This is a save for Astralis. They've already written this round off as one that's just going to slip by the wayside. So Liquid are now back in the lead, 13-12. And the money of Astralis, right? We look at this save, we look at this decision to try and hold on to these guns. Well, this doesn't mean you get a full buy. You know, like, this is basically what you're going to have up against the weapons of Liquid in the next round.
Yeah, you've got to be buying against 14 right now. You're the ones tasked with pulling this comeback. Presuming they don't win a round with 3 rifles, I imagine they're going to be ecoing till 14 and then buying full. It's not a good position to be in, but they need to get all these guns out, and even then, it doesn't look locked in. Liquid are hunting right now, coming in on this flank. dupreeh does kill Stewie the Orb. Fallen looking for a third in the rounds. It does kill Fallen, and few crisis averted, but not for long, because dupreeh gone, and Zip trades, but it's not worth it for Astralis. Trading favors Liquid. They had all the money to lose there, and Astralis are going to be the ones on the back foot.
So the heartbreaking thing, right, is I say if you save 3, you couldn't have bought. You could have bought, in the sense that, like, the players with guns could have dropped weapons over. You at least had that as an option, right? It opened up a lot more options to you, saving those 3 weapons. Now, you know, like, with the majority of your players running pistols in this round, chances get that much slimmer. And dupreeh already removed through the smoke. A bit of a taste of Astralis' own medicine, perhaps. Elige keeps it in favor of Team Liquid, but the bomb is loose. And Magisk, a lot to do, right? A 1v2 that he's been able to whittle down all alone.
Oh,
and with the control over the bomb, but he's given it up, right? Trying to get ahead of this, trying to read where Liquid might be wrapping from, and he's worried about Catwalk. Liquid, they don't know that he's left. There's no way they could know this. They're not expecting it either. So they're really taking a lot of time just holding the long doors. Magisk has a lot of time as a result to get into a different position. And he's actually wrapping up the catwalk, trying to come in on a flank, taking an aggressive stance to playing this round. Magisk, this was never meant to be an Astralis round. This was never meant to belong to them. And now this flank could somehow save the day. In he goes through the long doors. No one is considering it. Oh, but he's spotted early. They're both trapped. Spam damage coming in, but Magisk doesn't want to run out of ammo. They smoke it off. They leave him. They say, bye-bye, Magisk. We're not even going to give you the chance. As the Team Liquid, they narrowly dodged the danger that Magisk represented in that round there.
That could have been it, man. A few seconds earlier or even a few seconds later, but he hits that awkward point where they're still dilly-dallying, they're still looking at the back. And man, what a try from Magisk. You can only give him commendation for giving that a go and making it so close with all those flash peaks on long, with Liquid mowing Astralis down through smokes. Magisk at least made that one contested. But Liquid, nonetheless, up where we thought they would be, 14-12. Astralis' eco goes nowhere and is forgotten. And now they have to buy up and get it done, or Liquid will be taking us a distance into a third map. Very tense for Astralis right now. Liquid feeling it. Full faith. You did call this one, Harry. But we're not out the woods yet.
Hey, we're not out of the woods yet, but I tell you what, the end of the forest is well within sight. You know, like, you see clearings off in the distance. You see Salvation, Team Liquid trying to get us to nuke. And if they win this round, if they get 15 right here, right now, I think it's locked in. Yeah. Right? The money would be gone for Astralis. So this is the best chance that Liquid are going to have to end it right here, right now, on the back of 1-1 round.
But they're not the only one that knows that. Astralis trying to bring another level into this one. Again, just safe spots, safe positions. The last couple of rifle rounds, it's really been all Fallen. Like, may not be top of the board, but, well, he is actually top of the board, at least other than Elige. He's been getting all these opening kills. Round after round, finding 5-on-4s, 5-on-3s. That can't continue to happen. Astralis can't keep feeding Fallen. And boy, does it feel good to see him in this form. But Is it all in vain? 2-0 still available for Astralis. It starts here and now. Up Cat, go Liquid. While he's down to force an orb off of the angle. This time, for the first time in a while, it's a solo orb for Astralis. Device takes it. Wouldn't want anyone else on that one sniper. Bomb going back to B. Leaving long on the lurk, not holding on, but Astralis are not in a position to be pushing and coming in on big flanks early in the round. So it's a safe decision by NAF to regroup with his team and set up this mid to B. Magisk and Dupree with everything to do.
And right now, only Magisk in this B bomb site, right? While Dupree's nearby, he's going to be, keeping himself busy with holding on to middle. So Magisk has got a lot riding on his performance at the B bomb site, and they are about to come through this smoke. Magisk, there's one. The flash leaves him so damn blind, and Dupree has to turn back around to fight into the site. He's kept the advantage in favor of Astralis. The rotations are coming in right now. They're going through the smoke. They're trying to deny that bomb plant. Dupree not able to find it, and oh no, the numbers getting smaller for Astralis. They pause for a moment, but Elige breaks that silence with the kill to Glaive. Device and Zip left up against it all. Do they want to write this one off, or are they going to commit? It looks like he believes. Waiting in the door, Device strikes the first man from the tally. Stewie holding close, the gun barrel spotted. Device with the flick and the USP. He hits them with a simple. He drops the AWP through the doors and swings it after the fact. Astralis onto 13. And Device with the clutch, the B retake in his hands. And he keeps that 2-0 dream alive.
From simple in the window to Device in the double doors. I've seen it all now. It's all happened right in your face. And what do you do there? Stewie, he had that round on a platter, a missed spray, and Device, all he needed was the opportunity. And now Astralis, now they're back in. Not going down without a fight. And making us work for it. Also, Dupree, man, that push through the doors, he wouldn't have done that if there was more time, but he saw that bomb dropped, right? He killed Grim on the cross. 10 seconds. If he got one kill there coming through the tunnels, or coming through the doors of the flash, that would have been the round. That gave Liquid the way back in. But they couldn't close it. What a game. You don't get this every day, do you? Group D, heat up.
Group D, where the D stands for death. And that's what's going to face one of these teams right now. 14-13, Astralis are not giving up. Device is fired up after that one. Dupree holding on to long, and the smoke spam is good. Grim on the receiving end. Stewie's blind as well. He'll be out here like a lamb to the slaughter, calling for support. And so Liquid get long, but they lose a man in the process. Does that feel worth it? Only time will tell, right? They haven't got Fallen set up in the pit. So this long control is nothing more than just, a little outpost for these rifle players to hold on to.
Oh, Fallen's holding Cat, and they're double set. Do they want to aggress? That could be their undoing. Device 2 peeking. Oh, Fallen just looked away. Could not have been a better timing for Device. And now sending it right back from Fallen's opening kills to Fallen falling. Up against 14. And now Astralis. Well, this entire storyline, Harry, was their money getting broken, their opportunity to close, getting left to one round, and after they win it, they could do the same right back to Team Liquid. Round 29, Liquid are going to be broke. If Astralis can finish the job, kill them where they stand. Back to middle, Stewie with the orb, he sees the jiggle, he double scopes up, and nothing gets given to him. There's only one man at B right now, that's the one weakness, but it seems like Liquid are actually saving at the 30-second mark. They made this call very early indeed, but they didn't really have much else to do. Astralis think it's a B play right now. They're aggressing up Catwalk, they're getting ready to flank, and they see nothing. Now the realization, now the penny dropping, and they're going to clear B tunnels and be a little bit confused before they realize, wow, Liquid threw it in like that. They called it off so early in the round. 2 kills is all Astralis needed to send Liquid back to the drawing board. As weird as a play as this looks, it's sadly the right call for Liquid, right?
It's like the only call you feel like you have left, right? And I think it shows a lot of faith in the fact that, with these weapons saved forward, you might be able to salvage something. But, you know, for the other two, man, it's just Pistol and Army. You know, like maybe they get an SMG dropped over if someone's feeling generous. But this is why I say that round at 14-12, like that was Liquid's chance to win the game. Yeah. It was the only way they could have done it easily. Now it's got to be a grind. Now it's got to be an upset victory here with a cobbled together saved by. And if it's not that, then you're force buying to try and take this to overtime. Astralis back in the driver's seat once again. They've got the money going their way. They're building up confidence. And Liquid, they've had the fear put in them. Up towards Catwalk they go. Once again, it's another very, very measured round from Liquid early. Not overextending, not looking to throw a man advantage in favor of Astralis out of the gate.
And even though Astralis lost all the momentum in overpass, right, you felt like Liquid were destined for a win, getting it into overtime after how hard they fought. Man, when it's all on the line, when it's cut and dry, Astralis, they show a different face. And here is going to be the same case, 14-14. Forget the last 2 hours. It's all coming down to these 2 rounds. Astralis can close it without a worry, without a breather if they want, but will Liquid give them the satisfaction? Back to Cat. Players still coming in from lower. No fakes today, just a full commitment into A. Glaive and Zip here to stop Liquid.
Do they have it in them? The two bottom performers right now for Astralis about to have their ultimate test in the moment, in the defining moment of this game. Can they rise above it all? Glaive out in the open, but dead on the swing. And they're both melted like it's casual for Liquid. The bomb plot now coming in. Astralis have got money. That ain't a problem. You know, they could look to give this a bit of a check. But the worry is Zip and Glaive are pretty poor, so you probably want to keep some players alive. Liquid up to 15. Yeah. It's a save.
Glaive peeking from Goose, he misses the timing. Stewie's out before the smokes bloom. Glaive tries to drop a molly behind him, and he sees Stewie close, who doesn't see him. And that was all the temptation. Glaive's like, oh, well, I can re-peek. I can kill Stewie. By the time he'd thrown the molly, pulled his gun out, and gone back in, not only was Stewie tucked Gandalf, but more players were out behind the smokes. And that one way that we see come down favors Liquid, undoubtedly. And so Glaive gone, Zip falls shortly after, and this two-man A-hold, you said it yourself, the bottom performers, they needed to show something. They couldn't get a kill. Fallen again, another opener, add it to the list, add it to the docket, 15-14. Liquid, finally another chance to close. They couldn't do it at 14-12, but they've been given a second opportunity.
It's so tense. It's so incredibly tense. Like, no one wanted it to come down to this. This is scary for both teams. Astralis now taking a chance to try and compose themselves before heading into round number 30. You know, either this goes to nuke, we go to a third. Liquid are in with a chance of stealing this back after that unreal comeback on overpass. It was just shut out by Astralis at the very end.
Yeah.
They've really put Astralis through their paces, and everyone's feeling it. Everyone notices it. Liquid, they better be feeling pumped. They better be believing, because they're going to need to. One round decides it all. Fallen holding for the mid-cross. Not going to find anything on the timing just yet. Device going to take this fight. And okay.
Stewie's crossed into that corner almost every single round. He tries it again. He gets denied.
Well,
I don't know what that was. If it's a lineup, if he saw it.
That's a way to take a man advantage, though. Now in a 5-on-4, Astralis. All right. Device is posted up once again, trying to find even more. And Device, a second wall bang. This time a Liege on the receiving end.
Oh, dear.
Device wanting to deliver another OT. He's been in the right place at the perfect timing in every one of these duels so far, just taking this round in his hands, in his stride.
Oh, boost up.
Gonna try and throw Fallen up over to spot him back in the sight. Device not accounting for it. Is just concealed by the smoke a tiny bit. Not spotted by Fallen.
Oh, he's got a third. They're feeding him now. Bomb down. Device looking to ace us in tow.
It was a great B spawn in this round for Liquid. It could be a fast one, but look at this. Fallen's got the bomb. Just holding mid with it, that's risky, ballsy. You kind of admire it, you kind of fear it. One that ain't been spotted yet, but devices here. Double AWP in for Astralis. Fallen waiting patiently, not given a kill. Dupree trying to aggro into the top of the tunnels. That flash is an info flash from Stewie, right? You hear the AWP shoot, you know that they were trying to take a peek in, you know that it's there, so you get info out of it.
Fallen 7 and 3 on opening jewels in this map, coming into overtime. Can he find another on the notch? Dupree holding, not giving him anything, waiting for them to get out middle, but right now they're up on the couch with the bomb going back to long. It's a late split into A. Device denies the first through. Naf is gone. And now you've got to get past this AWP. Good luck. There's only two of you there. You're split on either side. Device trades positions with Zipix, who goes back towards the pit side, and now Leech looking for a gap in the smoke with nothing to find. Device can always draw them in. Now they're looking his way. Zip can pounce from the pit. He's done some damage. Device lining up a flash. The bomb gets dropped, and Fallen's waiting for the repeat, but he needs so much more. He needs both these pit players gone. Device looking both ways, back and forth, finds everyone, and even though Leech makes it up, he whips his shot. Device saves his teammates' life. It's Fallen now in the clutch, and no time to do it. Oh, close to the smoke as well. Device going through it. He's going through. He's behind Fallen. Ball in traded places. Device owns the bomb. There's 10 seconds. There's not enough time. Device here with 4 and ace to get us to overtime. And 4 in the first round of overtime. You can't not love what we're getting out of this guy. 16 to 15. Astralis take the first at OT. Yeah, he's giving Dupree quite the birthday present today, right? Not just dropping the bombs, but also using his to great success. But each man he had an opportunity. He already had the round in the palm of his hand, and Cowboy couldn't close it though. All two starting voices have been now, and he's going to find Magiska the cross. Magiska's been absolutely incredible on these B-holds. That's a massive kill with the liquid